Hi guys, what's up?
California, bienvenidos a California.
Okay guys, today we're talking about my personal analysis of the book The House of the Mango Street and my own review. Okay, first my personal analysis. First, characters. The first character is the lead actor. The lead character is Esperanza, protagonist and narrator of the story. After the dad is a worker with a Mexican tradition. After the mom is a housewife. After Nini is Esperanza's younger sister. The next is her aunt Guadalupe. Suffers from illness and influence in Esperanza. After we have Rachel. Rachel is Esperanza's friend, and Lucy, Rachel's older sister. Sally, a pretty girl, a little older than her friend Esperanza. The nuns show neither charity nor discretion. Well, the book contains many more characters that are simply described by the author in the different sections. Now, the scenario, the book is developed in a urban area. It's a poor neighborhood in the city of Chicago. The actions. Esperanza complains about her home, her name, and the many around her. Esperanza's parents are from humble origins and struggle to get ahead. Esperanza shares creativity and play skills with her friends. Esperanza constantly seeks her own identity and to be free. Now the topics. The most important topics are the poverty. The narrator describes places in her neighborhood where big girls do not want to enter. The next topic is the sexist submission. Women are victims of macho traditions. The macho traditions is the worst thing of the planet. Next, we have the argument. Esperanza is a very alert girl. She is capable of perceiving that the others are not capable of or do not seem to care about. The protagonist always pursues her goal of getting out of that neighborhood and changing her life, even against the predictions of her neighbors. And finally, of the analysis is the symbolism. And finally, we have the symbolism. The symbolism is the fate. The characters approach the windows, but they are locked in. They cannot escape. This is the symbolism of the Mango Street. After that, we have my own review about Mango Street. This story refers to a girl who lives in a house and in a neighborhood where she does not want to be because they represent place market, but by the prejudice of those from outside, and also by the absurd beliefs of those inside. Esperanza is the protagonist of the story. Despite his young age, his participation in the play is successful. This girl communicates to the reader with a surprising precocious maturity throughout the entire story. The action unfolds as follows. Esperanza is the daughter of Chicano immigrants who live in the poor neighborhoods of Chicago. Obviously, she fights in the first place to have an identity for herself, individuality, and not one that has been imposed on her. In this attempt, Esperanza describes everyone and everything that happens around her. She narrates her experiences in first person, denouncing hypocrisy, social marginalization, and conformism. The work has a huge repertoire. Esperanza uses various situations and scenarios where multiple characters fit perfectly. The House of Mango Street, written by Sandra Cisneros, is edited in the age 1984 and published by Vintage Books. Its creator uses a collection of short narratives to unify the story. The appeal of the story lies in the frequent search for an identity, and the author constantly points out the injustice of the classism, sexism, and other stereotypes. We notice this precisely when we contemplate how Esperanza rejects her own name because it sounds different and leads to her being marginalized. He also criticizes his own culture, where men behave differently and do not want their woman to be strong. The intention of Sandra Cisneros' work is somewhat similar to that of Francisco Jimenez. Esperanza and Panchito are Chicano children who live in conflict in a society decided in advance by their elders. However, Esperanza is not an introvert as Panchito. Sandra Cisneros brings her quality as a poet to her narrative. The value of this writing is based on the protagonist's fight against herself, her name, her house, her people, everything. Also, in her fight against others, prejudice and rejection. In summary, the historical cultural complexity of the Chicano group is brought to an urban setting far from the southern borders to show its same destiny, the life of a girl who has come to his world to receive the cultural heritage of Mexico and North America is an indelible marks, as the writer puts in. And my own review finalized with this phrase of the writer Sandra Cisneros: a circle, do you understand? You will always be Esperanza. You will always be Mango Street. Thank you guys. See you later.